Welcome back to another That to Shoot. This is where me, your lovely host, AJ Tripp, talks about the good and the bad in the world of professional wrestling called Put Over and Buried. And then our main topic, which I talk about at the end. But as always, we start with Put Over and Buried. So let's get to that. We start with Put Over, and first thing I need to put over is the Salt Lake City crowd on Monday Night Raw. First off, they had a major storm that Monday, and not only was the house packed, but they were loud, they were into it, they were bumping, and you gotta give them credit for that. So shout out to the Salt Lake City crowd in Utah, incredible. Um, Bianca Belair, really kind of get me. I was really laughing on Wednesday when Charlotte was there and Rhea Ripley, and she was just kind of like in the background making all of these faces and other things, and it was very really funny, really really interesting, and so shout out to her for doing that. I thought that was really really funny. Also from NXT, Velveteen Dream is back, so it's good to see him back and back in action, and so we should have some good stuff coming back there for the Dream. Um, I think he's gonna keep have a restart his rivalry with Roderick Strong. That'll be good to see. Um, Goldberg and The Fiend was announced last night on SmackDown, and I think that's going to be incredible. I think it'll be even more incredible if Goldberg could beat The Fiend. You know, 'cause I just think The Fiend it's over. I'm over it right now. It really is. The Firefly Funhouse and everything like that. It's over. They for me they really just killed any mystique with the Fiend with the whole Hell in a Cell. After that Hell in a Cell thing, I'm just not I'm not into it because it's just become garbagey and everything like that, and it's they did it wrong. The Fiend should have been. I said this before. The Fiend should not have been like this mythical creature to just cannot be beaten. That's ridiculous. You know, it needed to be like he needed to be like a dominant character. Yes, I think that's without question. I think with the stuff with Finn Balor was pretty excellent, and yes, and he need what he needed to be more of was he needed more of those many type of feuds. He didn't need to be a solid character, but whatever it is, excuse me, whatever it is, it's just gone totally off the ramps. And then now that it more than likely is going to be Fiend and Roman at WrestleMania, and Roman's going to beat the Fiend more than likely. All of it's just, it really is. So, but I'm glad. But I was surprised to see Goldberg go after the Fiend, and I can't wait for uh, the match. And I truly do hope Goldberg wins. I really truly do hope it does win. He does win. And finally, we have the Carmella, Naomi, and Bailey thing. It ended SmackDown last night. It was the main event, and I think what I enjoyed about it was that obviously they were setting up last week Naomi versus Bailey, but what it looks to be is it looks to be like what they're doing is that they are holding off doing Naomi versus Bailey until later, which is good. I think that's good. That's what it should happen. Things like this should happen. There's no reason to rush into you know these big turn rivalries. Build it up a little bit so that it comes back, so that you are interested in seeing this rivalry. So The fact that Carmella won the Fatal 4-Way match and is going to face Bayley, uh, reportedly at Super Showdown, is good. It's good, and I think I think it's something to see. It's something really fun and really interesting to see, and I think this could be something good. So that's something that I can't wait to see. And so yeah, I think as Bailey and Carmella goes on, they can still do the Naomi thing, and Naomi have Naomi in the background. In fact, they put something on Twitter where Naomi, I think it was on Naomi's Twitter where she went up and she put the thing on the wall. She to cover up Bailey's face, so it's still there. So I think that's. I apologize, y'all. It's just a lot of stuff happening, and some stuff I don't need to talk about, whatever. But anyway, I don't think people need to be worried that they're gonna pivot away from Naomi. I don't think so. I think they're waiting for that to build more to that down the line. Maybe even at WrestleMania, which would be pretty good, pretty interesting. And now to Barry. And the first thing we're gonna get a couple of things to Barry here. The first thing we get to Barry is Jerry Lawler's commentary on Raw. And pretty much for Ricochet. During the Ricochet Seth Rollins Bobby Lashley match to see who would face Brock Lesnar at at Super Showdown, there was he just it wasn't the fact of what he was saying. That's not what it was. He was, because that's what he was supposed to do. But the fact that it was a total setup. Like, just the fact that you knew that it was going to be Ricochet because Lawler was just going in on him and in and in on him, and that's just that's what I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that it was just totally set up. And I'm not a big fan of heel commentators anyway. I think that's one of the things that is totally passe in this world of professional wrestling. The heel commentator. No, there should not be the heel commentator. Maybe you have a commentator who plays devil's advocate. Maybe you have a commentator who plays devil's advocate. Maybe you have a commentator who can, you know, maybe empathize or sympathize with the heel, but doesn't agree with what he does or something like that. Or is not I'm not rooting for him for to say, and it definitely isn't putting down the baby face in the match. Like like Jerry Lawler is. That's something that just needs to go. It really does. Um, and especially needs to go when both on Raw and SmackDown this week. You had Jerry Lawler, who was just, he was incredulous over Randy Orton and what he did to Edge, and then on SmackDown we got Corey Graves, who was not happy with Baron Corbin throwing production people down flight of stairs and pouring beer on fans and things like that. Okay, well then that's not, you can't have it, that shouldn't be both ways. That you shouldn't be, well no, that's going too far. Well, no, it can't be that way. So I didn't. So that's another thing. But I just didn't like the commentary because that just set up. You knew who was winning the match. So and things like that. And the final Barry is this congressman Tim Ryan, who after the State of the Union address, he put on Twitter about, he said that he walked out, he couldn't take it because what the president was doing, it was professional wrestling. It was fake. And boy, did that stir up some shit because the entire wrestling Twitter got on him, including some of the wrestlers. And so and yeah, it's that's really, it's not cool anymore. Nothing is cool. If you don't particularly care for pro wrestling, that's totally fine. You can like what you like, and you can not like what you don't like, right? But I think now in 2020 that to particularly make fun of wrestling fans, make because this has happened in the past. Over the past 3 or 4 years, people have really, people in pop culture world, things like that, they have said things and as if to say, people who watch and like professional wrestling are still says like there's something wrong with them or anything like that, and they've gotten shit for it and everything like that, and and you just can't do it. This is 2020. Professional wrestling is an more than acceptable form of entertainment. This isn't, this just isn't like the stuff like from the 60s and the 70s where if you're in a if you like professional wrestling, then you're not too smart and you gotta be sleeping with your sister and this and that and all that types of bullshit. And actually, it's never been like that. Professional wrestling has always been one of the best forms of entertainment of all time. That's why back in the 60s and the 70s, it was always on television because people always watched it. People always watched it and people always loved it. And that's why you can always catch it on a Saturday or on a Sunday or anything like that. And then, of course, when WWE came and it became big, at that time, WWF, and it was, you know, syndicated. Professional wrestling has always been a fantastic form of entertainment and a respectable form of entertainment. So you just can't go out throwing willy nilly things like that, like the congressman did, and I'm sure all his mentions blew up, and I've not seen anything from the congressman or to run or anything like that anymore. So I'm not sure what he's what he is or anything like that, but um and he's trying to he's obviously trying to take a jab at Trump, but you can't take you shouldn't take a jab at Trump while also taking a jab at something else. So I don't think that's necessarily the right way to do it. So definitely got to bury Congressman Tim Ryan. So now let's talk about our main topic. How does the XFL affect WWE? And as of this recording, we are probably about just under 20 minutes away from the first XFL game coming on the television on ABC. And obviously both are run by Vince McMahon. And how does the XFL affect WWE? Well, I don't know if it will, at least right in the beginning, because I think Vince is going to try to do both. He's going to try to run the XFL while also doing his WWE work, and um, he's going to be he's done a lot of his money, get a lot of his money out of stock, and put it into the XFL. So I don't think this is going to be like the AAF type of thing where they quit in the middle of the season. I don't think that's going to be. I definitely think this is going to be at least a 2 year thing with the XFL. Um, so over the next 2 years, how does that affect? Is he going to give more control over to Triple H or to Stephanie or anything like that? He's already got Paul Heyman running Raw and Bruce Pritchard running SmackDown, and I just don't know if but he's still the main guy. He's still the one that everything goes through, and he's the one that says, okay, so if you want to do that, that's okay. There was talk about that. Even though that he was the one that wanted Drew McIntyre to win the Royal Rumble. You know, and so it's still a lot of so it's still a lot of things are still he's still like the final say on things, even though he's focusing on this XFL and he's giving Pritchard and Heyman control over the SmackDown. So it's still gonna be, I think, Vince's baby, the WWE. The XFL is not his side chick. so to speak. So I think it should not affect WWE at all, at least in the long run. Now, as we get into future seasons, I think maybe it could. I think because I don't know because Vince is obviously in his 70s, and at some point, even though he doesn't look like he wants to quit, he's gonna have to at least do something and run everything from the background. And so I think at some point he has to take a step back. Especially if he's going to try to continue on with the XFL and keep that going somehow. He's going to have to step back from WWE, but I don't think that's going to affect his WWE stuff in any way. And where you may see Vince right now, that can either be a good thing or a bad thing for you. But yeah, so I don't see this affecting anything when it comes to WWE with the XFL. I don't think there's no effect on that whatsoever. I don't think even if it does fold, if it surprises everyone and it folds like the AAF did, and it folds quickly and promisely, and it's just whatever. I think it can. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I really don't. So, um, I think you can sit back, relax, and you can enjoy that XFL, just like I will, and you can not worry about it affecting WWE, at least in a negative way right now. All right, that's it, everybody. Um, Pull back the curtain here for a little bit. I'm starting to get a little bit of a maybe of a cold or a cough or something. So if I was kind of low energy or obviously I don't know if I coughed. I yawned. I'm tired. I'm definitely tired a little bit. But if it seemed it just seemed a little bit low energy, I apologize for it. I'm getting ready to start taking stuff for. I've been taking. I don't like to get sick. I don't like to be sick. So I'm taking medicine, and I'm gonna start taking some more medicine. So and I got a cough drop in my mouth. So yeah, we'll push through it. So yeah, put your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Give me any thoughts on my putovers, any thoughts on my berries, or if you have any thoughts on my main topic for the show. Next week I have need to see because next week could be my NXT Takeover predictions episode. Um, so we have to wait and see. I have to see what that is. I have to check to see if it actually is. Because that would kind of suck too with it being NXT Takeover being on the same day as the All Star weekend, but All Star game. But yeah, I thought it was the 22nd. But yeah, NXT Takeover predictions are probably going to be yeah, and then I think even possibly the week after will probably be the the Super Showdown predictions. Um, so we're doing those possibly in the next couple weeks. Don't forget, um, I'm keeping track of my predictions. My Royal Rumble, I was 6-2, so starting off good. All right, y'all. That's gonna be it for me this evening. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. Make sure you go to patreon.com/AJ Tripp and become a patron. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.